How's it going, guys? It's Jake here with ProNav Marine. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to install the ProNav Angler to your Minn Kota PowerDrive trolling motor. Right here we got the Minn Kota PowerDrive V2. This is the 2019 model, but this is going to be good for any PowerDrive V2. If it's a V1, it'll be this steps after you do the control board upgrade. So right now we're just going to do the standard ProNav install. It's super simple, super easy. When you take it out of the box, you have the control module with the associated cords. You have your ProNav GPS module right here. You have your associated hardware that will allow you to connect it to the trolling motor shaft. And then you have a power cable with an inline fuse. So today we're going to just mount this onto the V2 and we're going to get started here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the GPS module. We're going to mount it to the shaft of the trolling motor. And what you want is you want to mount this GPS module at least 6 inches above this control box. This control box houses all your steering electronics and all of that good stuff. So those electronic signals will interfere with your ProNav GPS. So if you have that, if it's down too low, it's right here on the shaft. What you're going to do is you're going to get some electrical interference that's going to cause your GPS to go really crazy. Luckily on this motor, I do have the ability to go up underneath the head of the motor and still have 6 inches of clearance. But if you do not have that ability in your trolling motor where it's dropped all the way down in order to function correctly, then we do have an optional mount that you can put in the head of the motor. And then you can mount it that way where you'll be able to still use the ProNav, keep your clearance, and have good functionality. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mount this GPS module. We're going to take the spacer that is included with the ProNav. We're going to put it on the motor. And then we're going to mount the GPS on there. It's really simple. You just take the clamps, mount it up there, take the wire through the 2 clamps, you can put it on however you want at first, and then you can always adjust it later. Take this, go through. You want to make sure that you keep the threaded portion towards you or in a fashion that you'll be able to screw into it. And you take the tighten it down. Make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't wobble around and travel. And then you can shift this around. So then I usually put it directly in line with the head of my motor. That's the best way to get good function. And as you can see, I got it directly in line here, 6 inches of clearance, and it's nice and tightened down. Now that you got the GPS mounted to the motor, you're gonna take your control base here, and it's got 4 cords coming out of it. You're gonna take the longest of the 4 right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna wire this through the spirals, the trolling motor cord. That way you avoid any wrap or anything like that. So you just pass it up through. And there are probably easier ways to do this. Work it through here. And once you get up to the top, you just connect it in. It's got 2 little arrows. Match your arrows up, tighten it down. So now that you got your GPS wired through the cord there, you're going to take the other half, so the other part of that long cable. You got the long cable going up to your trolling motor head. Then you got your foot pedal connection, and that's going to go to the foot pedal connection on the trolling motor. So you just plug that in, line the arrows up once again, make sure you're nice and secure, tighten it down so that's not coming unplugged. Now what you can do is you take your power cable, and there's a couple ways that you can do this. One, you can wire this directly to your battery. And if you're gonna do that, make sure it's wired directly to the exact same battery that your trolling motor's hooked up. This is a 24-volt system, so you wanna wire it the same way, have the same ground, everything like that. What I have done and what a lot of people are gonna do with ProNav system is going to wire it to their quick connect plug. So what I have is just a standard Minn Kota quick connect plug. You can get these on the ProNav website, and I've wired my leads, positive with positive, negative with negative, into that quick connect plug, just as the plug wiring diagram suggests. So I've taken that step out here, a little bit time consuming, but it's really simple. You just follow the leads, twist them up, tighten them down. So what you got is your inline fuse with your power cable. You take your power cable and you connect that to the power of the control box. And that's really easy to tell because this one is 2-prong and the other one is your foot pedal connection. So you just take your 2-prong and be really careful not to bend them. Make sure your arrows are lined up and tighten it down. Careful not to cross the threads like I just did. Tighten that down. And now, really, your ProNav is all set up to go. This last step here is completely optional. Some people like to do it. I personally like to have it as just one, a safety mechanism, and two, occasionally I do like to use the foot pedal. So what I got is a Minn Kota foot pedal. And what you do is you take the ProNav foot pedal connection that comes out the other side and connect it in. Make sure the arrows line up, tighten her down. And there you go. Now you got the ProNav set up. You got it wired with a foot pedal. So now you're all set to go. Once you plug it into power, you got your ProNav system all set. So we just plugged in the foot pedal, and now we got our whole ProNav system set. One of the great things about ProNav is that you do get to keep your foot pedal. So if you want to use that for certain functions where you're just using manual, you're on continuous and you want to go back and forth and make quick adjustments, it allows you to do that. If you're in anchor mode, it's great because if you get your head wrapped around, maybe you anchor going in too fast and it's going to take you back to the anchor spot, you can use the foot pedal to unwrap your cable. You can also use your foot pedal if you're in route mode and you want to go back to manual, you want to make a quick adjustment. You don't have to press stop on the app, you just simply tap the foot pedal. That's going to put you back into manual mode and you'll be able to use the foot pedal to make any adjustments that way. Another great use is if you're in vector mode, say you're trolling, so you're keeping a straight vector on a heading lock, you'll be able to use that foot pedal to make quick adjustments left and right so you can adjust your course while you're going. Some guys, a lot of guys like to make S patterns a little bit and they'll keep it in heading lock until they want to make a little bit of a turn, and they'll be able to use that foot pedal to do that. You'll be able to use the remote to do that, or you can use your app. All three ways can control the motor, and pretty much this installation is completely done at this point. This video is probably gonna be a little bit longer, but realistically, if I wasn't doing all this talking like I like to do, I'd be all set up in probably 5 minutes and be ready to hit the water. So now that we got our ProNav all set up, it's all wired up correctly, we're ready to hit the water. Now, if you guys have any questions on any of this installation, if you already have your ProNav and you're looking how to install it, or if you're maybe having some issues, the best thing that you can do is reach out to our support team. You can do that by going to our website and going to the support section. There's a tab on the top that's support, and then you can contact the support team and they'll be able to reach out to you as soon as possible. It's a very personal support team. You're not going to get some robot, you're not going to get some random person. You'll be able to get an actual person inside of ProNav that will be able to help you out instantly with your issues. Now, if you're looking to get set up with ProNav, feel free to go onto our website, fill out an exit survey. Feel free to chat with our live chat service. If you chatting with our live chat, you'll be chatting directly with myself. Once again, it's not a robot. ProNav is very personal. We'll be able to talk to you. We'll be able to help you through any of the questions that you might have, and we'll be able to get you set up and get you out in the water, because that's what we really all want to do. And with this installation, you can have that done in about 5 minutes. You'll be all set and ready to go.